everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to create Mailgun subscriber from LinkedIn lead gen forms leads. So I'm an owner of a digital marketing agency and I promote my business using LinkedIn lead gen forms. Here what I want is that as soon as any of the potential customers or clients, a new lead is going to be generated using LinkedIn lead gen forms, I want to create that lead as subscriber in my Mailgun account so that I can manage my email list that I've created. Now doing this manually can be very time consuming. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build a connection between LinkedIn lead gen forms and Mailgun with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to create Mailgun subscriber from LinkedIn lead gen forms leads. So as an owner of a digital marketing agency, I use LinkedIn lead gen forms to capture high quality leads directly from LinkedIn ads. And I use Mailgun to manage my email campaigns and send personalized target emails to my subscribers. In this video, I have created an automation that connects LinkedIn lead gen forms with Mailgun. Now, whenever any of the leads submits the form using LinkedIn lead gen forms, automatically that lead is going to be added as subscriber in my Mailgun account. This ensures real-time updates, eliminates manual work, and allow me to engage with my leads instantly through automated email campaigns. And I'm going to create this amazing automation using Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as Create Mailgun Subscriber from LinkedIn lead gen forms leads. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I have created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select LinkedIn Leads Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create Mailgun Subscriber from LinkedIn lead gen forms leads, and you can see there are two windows in front of you. One says trigger, other says action. So what is trigger and action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means our action, what is it? It's a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. So we are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as LinkedIn lead gen forms, okay? As with the help of LinkedIn lead gen forms, I'm collecting the data of my leads and I'm promoting my business with LinkedIn ads. I want that as soon as by any of the leads, a new lead is going to be generated using LinkedIn lead gen forms, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response of that. And that is why for my trigger application, I've selected as LinkedIn lead gen forms. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select as new lead gen form response, okay? Now to connect LinkedIn lead gen forms to Pabbly Connect, I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, click on connect with LinkedIn lead gen forms. As I've done that, you can see I successfully authorized LinkedIn lead gen forms to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing over here, it is asking for us to select the account and the lead form. So I have an account in the name of Pabbly Ads account. So for the account over here, I'm going to select it as Pabbly Ads account, okay? And for the lead form, I have created a form in the name of lead form. So what I'm going to do is, for the lead form, I'm going to select as lead form right here, okay? After selecting the account and the lead form over here, if I'm going to click on the Save and Send Test Request button, the last lead that was generated using LinkedIn lead gen forms is going to be captured in the response over here in our trigger. So before clicking on this button right over here, what we are going to do is we are going to generate a test lead with the help of the form that we have created. So I have created a test form, okay, using LinkedIn lead gen form. So now we're going to generate the test lead. So this is the ad right over here. If I'm going to click on this apply now button, this is the lead gen form that I've created. You can see in the name of lead form right here. And by filling the form and submitting it, we can generate the test lead. I don't have a paid account with LinkedIn. So that is why you can see right over here, the details of the few fields are already been pre-filled right over here. Like the first name as Pabbly, last name as Subscription Billing Management Services, and company name as Magnet Brains. Okay. But if you're going to have your own paid account, these fields right over here can have the option of filling the details by the customer themselves. Okay. But now we're going to fill in the required details that it is asking for. It is asking for the email address first. So for the email address over here, I'm going to write it as testuser44@pabblytunes.com. And for the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. Okay. After filling the details, I'm going to click on the submit button in order to do the test submission. It is saying information sent to Pabbly. As now the test submission is done, I am going to open my workflow again, and now I'm going to click on the Save and Send Test Request button, as now we have already generated a test lead. Okay, I'm going to click on it right here, and I'm going to wait for the response to be captured. As the response is captured, let us tally the response. We have received the submitted type right over here. The form name is lead form, you can see right here. Over here for the email, we have received it as testuser44@pabblytunes.com. This was the same email that we have entered. And for the phone number, this is the phone number that we have entered is captured in the response right here. For the first name, it comes as Pabbly because this was a pre-filled field right over here. That is why it is coming as Pabbly. Last name as Subscription Billing Management Services. You can see right here. Company name as Magnet Brains. Okay. As the response of the lead form submission has been captured over here, this means that LinkedIn lead gen forms has been successfully connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. Now, whenever by the lead, a new form submission is going to be done by LinkedIn lead gen forms, automatically Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that in the similar manner. But if the response is not instantly captured, then do not worry, as LinkedIn lead gen forms is a polling based application. Over here, you can see it says 10 minutes. This is the polling duration. That means in every 10 minutes, whenever there is a new data been captured by LinkedIn lead gen forms, it is going to send that data to Pabbly Connect in this polling duration of every 10 minutes. And if you want to make any changes in this trigger time right here, for that, click on this three dots and click on this set trigger time button right here. A window is going to appear in front of you which is saying set trigger time. If I'm going to click on this given drop down right here, what is going to happen? You can see the minimum trigger time is going to be given as 10 minutes to the maximum being 24 hours. You can select any trigger time according to your requirement from the drop down. I'm going to select as 10 minutes only and I'm going to save the changes over here. So you can change the time over here according to your requirement. Okay. So as our trigger setup is done, what I want is I want to add this lead as subscriber in my Mailgun account. Now for doing that, we are going to set up our action step. And for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Mailgun. And for the action event, as I want to create a subscriber, so for that I'm going to select it as new mailing list member right over here, okay? And then I'm going to click on this connect button to connect Mailgun to Pabbly Connect. A window is going to appear in front of you on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have, okay? After that, it is asking for the API key, private API key, Mailgun host, and the domain name, okay? From where are we going to have all these details from? For having the details, we have to log into our Mailgun account and follow the steps given here below in the help desk right here, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our Mailgun account to have all the details. So this is my Mailgun account, you can see right over here. And over here, we're going to first find the API key. So this is my Mailgun account. And now to have the API key, over here in the top right corner, this is the profile icon. Click on it. From the drop down, we have to go to this API security option right here, okay? As I'm going to come to it, we are going to create a new key. For that, click on this add new key button right here. We have to give the name to our key. So for the name to our key over here, I'm going to give it as new Mailgun member added. This is the description that I want to give. Now I'm going to click on this create key button right here. As I'm going to do that, the API key has now been created. I'm going to copy it from here and I'm going to paste the API key right here. In the note, it says the API key and the private API key are similar. So for the private API key, I'm going to paste the same key right here, okay? After that, it is asking for the Mailgun host. For having the Mailgun host, first we have to check our region of our Mailgun account. So for the region, I have the region over here. You can see there can be only two options, that is US and EU. I have the region over here as US, you can see right over here. So over here, the head desk, it says that if you have a region as US, this is the mail host right here. So I'm going to copy this host from here, paste it right over here, okay? But if you have the region as EU, this is the host that you have to paste right here in place of this Mailgun host field, okay? After that, it is asking for the domain name. So now to have the domain name over here, we're going to go back to our Mailgun account. From the left side of the panel over here, you can see it says domains. I'm going to click on this button right here. And this is the domain of my account. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to simply copy this domain from here. And I'm going to paste this domain right here, okay? After entering the API key, host, and the domain, I'm going to click on the Save button to connect Mailgun to Pabbly Connect. As now the connection is done between Mailgun and Pabbly Connect, over here it is asking for us to select the list. For the list over here, I have created a list over here in the name of LinkedIn Legion Forms Leads. And I want to create members in this list right over here. So for the list over here, I'm going to select it as LinkedIn Legion Forms Leads, okay? After that, it is asking for the email address. So for the data of this field, what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was the previous step right here. As I'm going to click on it, this is the same response that was captured in our previous step. In our previous response, we have received the data of the lead that was generated using LinkedIn Legion Forms. And I want to create the same lead who has done the submission using LinkedIn Legion Forms as a member in my Mailgun account. So for the data of this field over here for the email, I'm going to select the data from my previous response right here. This is the email. I'm going to select the data of it from my previous response. As I selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data, okay? After entering the address, it is asking for us to select the update. It says yes to update member if present, no to raise an error in case of duplicate member. Over here, what is going to happen that if this member that we are adding is already an existing member in our Mailgun account, if it is going to be an existing one, do you want to update the details of that member? I am going to select over here as yes, as I want to update the details, okay? Next, it is asking for the member's name. For that, I'm going to map the data of the name right here. This is the first name over here. I'm going to map the data of first name, space. I'm going to map the data of the last name over here as well, okay? This is the last name. I'm going to map the data, okay? After filling in all the required details, what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply click on this Save and Send Test Request button. As I've done that, over here we received a response. It says mailing list member has been created, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my Mailgun account. So this is my mailing list right over here in the name of LinkedIn Legion Forms Leads. I'm going to refresh this mailing list from here. As I've refreshed the page, if I'm going to scroll down, you can see right over here a new subscriber has been created in my Mailgun account. Okay, let us tally the response of the subscriber. The name comes over here as Pabbly Subscription Billing Management Services. This was the name of our test lead that was generated using LinkedIn Legion Forms with the email as testuser44@pabblytudes.com. As now over here, the member has been successfully created in our Mailgun account. This means that we successfully created an automation between LinkedIn Legion Forms and Mailgun with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a digital marketing agency. Over here in my trigger, I've selected as LinkedIn Legion Forms a new lead gen form response. As whenever a new lead is going to be generated with the help of LinkedIn Legion Forms by the potential customers or clients, automatically in the trigger, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that. And using the response of the lead details, I have created a new mailing list member in my Mailgun account, and that is why I set up my action step in which I've selected my action application as Mailgun, and for the action event, I've selected as new mailing list member. And with the help of Pabbly Connect, I built the connection between these two applications. So this is how you build this connection. This was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.